One of my favorite poets is Alfred Lord Tennyson. He said this: "Let knowledge grow from more to more, but more of reverence in us dwell. Let knowledge grow from more to more, but more of reverence in us dwell." Today, as students, you have a job, just like your parents' job, just like any job you can think of. Being an astronaut, staying at home, being a preacher, being a president, being a doctor or a lawyer. Those are all jobs, and they're important jobs. Your job, as Tennyson said, is for knowledge to grow in you, to learn stuff. That's what you're for. That's the job God has for you right now. Let's say that you didn't work on that knowledge like a job. Let's say that you could take it or leave it. Then let's say that you get out of college and you apply for a job. You want to be a doctor. You go apply for a job as a medical doctor, and they say, what medical school did you go to? And you say, I didn't go to school, but I really want to be a doctor. And they say, go home and do your homework and come back when you know about being a doctor. In the same way, let's say you wanted to go to the moon. You would apply to NASA and say, I want a ticket on your next space shuttle flight. And they say to you, what school did you graduate from? What kind of engineering background do you have? What kind of mathematics background do you have? And you say, I don't have any knowledge, but I really want to be an astronaut. I really like it. They say, come back when you've done your job, when you have the knowledge that you need to be an astronaut. So you're doing really important things right now. You're preparing yourself. You're sharpening tools in your tool belt so that you can use them for later for God's glory. But let's say that you only had knowledge. Let's say that you're a really, really good superstar student. You can memorize the Bible. You memorize your math books. You've memorized every single galaxy known to man, and you can name its numbers. M325, 6.8 light years away, whatever. Every college wants you. Every job wants you. Or do they? Let's say that you have graduated from college and done great at ACA, and then you sit down at a job interview and they say, tell me why you want to be a doctor. Your record looks really good. You went to a good school. Why do you want to be a doctor? And you say, because it pays a lot of money. What do they say, do you think? Well, they're going to say, you might not be a great doctor because you don't have a reverence for the subject. You don't love being a doctor. You just think it pays you money. So remember what Tennyson said. Let knowledge grow from more to more, but more of reverence in us dwell. That's the second part, reverence. God is calling you to have great knowledge for His glory, but also reverence. I want to challenge you today to develop both of those things. Be diligent in acquiring knowledge and doing the best you can for His glory, even if you make mistakes along the way. But I also want to challenge you to look at the world and see how good it is, how wonderful it is, how magical it is, how intricate it is, and how complex and unimaginably beautiful it is. In Psalm 104, the psalmist says, O Lord, how manifold are your works. The earth is full of your glory. He's essentially saying, the world that God created in all of its facets and all of the things you can do with it and work in it and create in it and experience and enjoy in it, it is so cool. How manifold are your works is translated, Lord, you've made a really cool, amazing, unfathomable creation, and I love it. Practice loving things, guys. It takes practice. It takes opening your eyes and saying, Lord, show me what wonderful things you have for me. This world is a gift. Help me to see it. Help me to be diligent, to acquire knowledge, and then help me to be reverent with that knowledge so that I can glorify you and love you. Onward for the glory of God.